We are live, oh! We are live now. We are live, oh! Hey! Wahala, oh! Wahala, no, they finish. Guys, can you?
No,
guys,
no.
Can you really? Can you really imagine what happened right now? Oh! What the word? What the word? It's what I'm telling you. Say Wahala doesn't finish.
Okay.
Jeez. And I was the one who realized this. So just. Oh my god. This has the.
I don't hear.
Oh my. Candy want to finish us here?
So,
Oh my god. Guys, this is not happening.
it just happened. It really happened.
My head is hot now.
Hey guys. Welcome to the show. Welcome to
Oh,
Accordion
God.
Radio.
Oh, my cheek is hurting. I've laughed so hard.
I can't stop it.
Oh my goodness. I can't.
Sorry.
Oh,
You guys,
fuck.
okay.
That was really a very big. I can't. Oh, my cheek is hurting, I swear. Okay.
Okay, now start now.
I don't even know where to start. I forgot. Just imagine. Do you. Really?
You want to tell them your blunder? You want to tell them what you did?
Me did or you
At
did?
least-
I
So,
can't laugh anymore.
my boss here
Oh,
today.
My head is hurting, I swear. I can't laugh anymore.
But-
Shit.
okay, so
Anyway, if you want to know why we are laughing this hard, you want to know, tell us you want to know. If you want to know, just say you want to know, and I will tell you, and I swear you will laugh. But anyway, let's go straight to the point.
exactly.
We have used totally, at least we have wasted at least 10 minutes of our time already.
My brother here thought that we are live already, and he was here talking.
Oh
We
my God.
actually started
We started this show already
just
10
to
minutes
realize
ago.
that we are not even live on.
10 minutes ago, we have been talking the whole time. Just to realize that we are not even online, and we have been talking for 10 minutes. Just only to realize that we
But
weren't
you
even
are
online.
blunder, you.
Oh my god!
Okay.
I'm like this didn't really happen because
Oh,
oh fuck. Anyway,
so
all my cheeks are hurting already. But
so today is the 25th of June.
are you sure? Check the
No,
time.
no,
Everyone. Let's be sure because that's how we went and start talking. We didn't control if we were
Don't
online
say-
or not. Check well.
Today is the 25th. Okay, guys. So welcome to the show. Welcome to Accordion Radio in Nuremberg.
Before you said I was whispering. Hardly
I
did-
might stop.
Hardly did I know that there is something you want to say, but you didn't even want to say it.
Because I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah,
Now
whispering.
will I? I even took off these things like I wanted to whisper, so at least not everybody can hear. But so, yeah.
You are a character, I swear.
I did not do anything
Oh my
because
God.
I've been checking like, really on the phone.
I'm
and
sweating
like,
in the hair. On
There's something
on my
wrong.
armpit, I'm sweating.
So, anyways,
God damn it. This didn't happen today.
it did. It did.
Guys, sorry. Anyway,
Oh, it's just-
whew, calm down. Let's calm down. Okay.
exactly.
All right. It's almost 15 minutes after 5 to the program today. Like you all know, I'm your regular host, Kalawezi, and
I'm Candy.
Candy is also in the house. It's been a while. We got a lot of text messages from you guys asking when are you guys gonna be online anymore? When are you coming? When are we discussing this? Even we got some topics suggestions from you guys too, which I would say thank you guys and thank you for all you're doing and thank you for stepping by and coming to us and staying with us and trying to catch up with us and follow us on what we're doing. Sorry if I sound a little bit because I'm still
You're still getting there.
I'm still getting there. I'm still
You're getting yourself
something really happened today, you know. We have been talking for 10 minutes, for the past almost 15 minutes.
Almost 15 minutes.
But we didn't realize that we weren't online yet. So we have just been talking as if we're online. You can imagine how serious we were talking before. We're so serious talking, only just to realize that, oh, we're not even online yet. I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
So meaning we're actually late.
So we're late.
So-
Well, anyway, we're going to catch up with it. So, thank you. Our thanks goes out to our fans out there.
Yeah.
The guys who always advise us, correct us, and give us suggestions what to do, how to get better. Hey, you guys are the bomb. So, today edition, we'll be talking about tolerance generally.
The power of
The power of tolerance.
tolerating.
Tolerating each other.
Do you tolerate
tolerating.
me? Do I
How
tolerate
do you,
you?
how do you go with tolerance? How do you work with tolerating things, people?
What is
and
actually toleration?
what is actually, toleration? What is tolerance all about?
I think it's the greatest gift a mind can get. Because I think tolerating something, it should come from your mind. It cannot come from anywhere else.
Sure, I will agree with that. I mean, tolerating something, if I should just put it, it's the ability for you to endure something,
Yeah.
to let something go, even though that you might
Not only to let something go, I think to accept.
to
too.
accept something,
Yeah.
in as much as maybe that thing that you're accepting is of a different perspective with what your perspective is. You understand? But you still have to, like, for example, in a relationship,
You have to tolerate a lot of
you have to
things.
tolerate the other person, even though maybe you are not seeing the same thing in the same direction. But that respect, because
Yeah.
tolerance comes also with respect.
It plays a very big role.
But I know that some people mistake it for stupidity. Some people try to take advantage of people.
Of course. Like
Because-
some people think that tolerating something, you can disrespect somebody.
Yeah,
Like just
right.
because somebody is tolerating everything that you do or
think
most of
maybe
the
the person's
things
a fool.
that the person is exactly.
Or
Yeah.
stupid or dumb.
Yeah.
But,
But people don't realize that some people like peace.
exactly.
Some people don't like they like it quiet. Yeah.
Can't even sounding quiet.
Yeah. Some people like it quiet. Some people,
How do you like? You like it quiet?
I tolerate a lot.
To what extent?
Too many. I can talk about work. I can talk about relationship. I can talk about friends.
What was one? What can you remember? One of the hardest thing you had to tolerate just because you just want to tolerate it.
I think I tolerated cheating just because I thought the person could change.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is really a heavy one.
Exactly.
Because I'm sure many people will never ever, that will be the height of tolerance for many people, especially women. But I think, in other ways,
But I think nowadays people tolerate it more. Don't ask me why, but nowadays if you hear about relationships and cheating, I think a lot of people do tolerate it. It's like, I think they just clear it out of their minds. They accept it and then that is it.
could it be because they just, like you just said, for peace to reign?
Exactly.
They don't have the strength to argue
Yeah.
or take it on a long stretch, as you say.
Exactly. Yeah, I think so. But it doesn't mean that if you are tolerating things, and the people, okay, like most of the times when you tolerate things like that, people take advantage of that. It's like they think that, yeah, you are okay with it. They don't think that sometimes you do this because you want peace to reign. They think that, yeah, they can just keep on doing the same things over and over again because, yeah, over and over again, this same person will be tolerating my nonsense, so to say. So, yeah.
But
I think
outside the relationship, we still also have to deal with a lot of other people, friends,
Even work.
family, at work,
Yeah.
on the streets, strangers, and
I
all
think
that.
everything.
Even tolerance goes in all ramification of life. Even you have to also tolerate the weather somehow.
And it's true, we have to tolerate it because sometimes there is nothing that you can do about. There is actually nothing you can do about the weather.
I think there are certain talks, there are certain things that we don't know that they are very small, but they have really power.
Yeah.
And these are the things that follow us in every day of our life.
Okay, like what exactly?
Like this word we're talking about, tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't really know the power behind tolerating
But
and how it keeps us going every day in our lives.
Yeah.
Because in almost in everything we do, there is something that we tolerate for something to happen.
Of course.
Because that spirit of accepting something, even when you don't want to accept it, even when it's different. Because for example, if two partners, like a man and a woman, are quarreling, the man is saying, "Oh, I know it's this way," and the woman is seeing it from another angle. But at the end of the day, maybe one person will say, "Okay, yeah, you won," or I tolerate you," or some kind of other things that happens, like let me say, coming, or maybe you are with your partner, for example. There are some kind of characters, habits, for example, that another person might not tolerate, but your partner can tolerate it because for the fact that there is a bond, there is a relationship.
And maybe because they know you too, nah?
Exactly.
And the other person doesn't know you. So that person who doesn't know you cannot tolerate most of or some stuff that you think they are normal. Because sometimes somebody else will tolerate it thinking that it's something normal that you do. You
Because
understand?
for me, for example, a character that that I really have not 100% tolerance on is like schmatzen. When someone is eating with an open mouth and like, chewing like that. I think I'm the kind of person I don't have.
Now, will you tell the person that please stop eating like that or what?
I would like close your mouth.
Uh-uh.
Yes.
Even if you don't know the person.
If I don't know the person, I would tolerate that moment by standing up and walking out. You see, but that's where the respect comes.
Mm-hmm.
But not that I tolerated that I will sit down there and keep listening to that,
You will get up and go.
I will get upset. I will get up and it's like, come on, you can eat like a normal human being. Probably that's the person's character. He or she cannot change. But you'll be surprised. Maybe this person has a love life or relationship or family member. This person can do the same thing with this person, but it will not be a problem. But once the person is sitting like next to you, doing that, you'll be irritated, for example.
I mean, something like that will be very irritating. I mean, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't know you too, I think it's something I'll also tolerate. Like, I'll just look at you and I'm like, okay.
That's where respect will come. Like the respect. Okay, I respect you because you're a human being. I don't know you. I respect you because I don't know you. But I'm not taking this from you. I'm standing up and I'm walking away.
Yeah.
But there is a tolerance there.
So now let me ask you a question. So from from friends, like what are the things that you don't tolerate? Let's go to friendship and toleration.
Like zero tolerance.
Yeah.
I have zero tolerance. But that is really a difficult question because it depends on also a human being. But on the contrary, my tolerance will be very, very, very minute, like zero. If in my friend cries, in my friend circle, there is somebody who is always. That's one thing I hate: yapping, talking.
Okay.
Like
gossip, lies.
Gossip is of a different. We can gossip about something funny and laugh about it. But what I mean is like yapping, like going at your back, saying something
bad about you or bad about other people too.
Bad about you and about other people. If somebody who talks bad about somebody to me, I would tell you quite alright that this same person can talk bad about me to someone else. But what I'm saying is that people who backbite, backstabbers, is people I don't tolerate.
Okay.
Like me and you now, we agreed on something with trust. Okay? And you go my back and present yourself as the best person. And I now look worse,
Bad.
like bad. If I see you the next day face to face, I will not even tolerate you. I will have zero tolerance of you.
No, but that's why they say that tolerance, is the greatest gift a man can have. So some things that you're supposed to tolerate, things like that. I mean, if you are, like you said, there's something like maturity.
Yeah.
There's something like respect. I think that there's something that you can also tolerate. I would rather tell the person maybe their type of behavior, or
well,
you just won't tolerate that.
Well, that comes also in the question when you're talking about the tolerance. You know, it has also a level. I think in everything we're doing in this life, one way or the other,
It's
even when we know it or we don't know it, when we see it or we don't see it, we're still doing some kind of tolerance somehow.
I mean, even driving a car is tolerance
Yes.
because you're supposed to hold or to keep this, like they say, 30 kilometers, 50 kilometers,
Yeah, there's always
120
everything has a
kilometers.
tolerance.
Everything is tolerance.
Everything
nah?
has a
Yeah.
tolerance, but it depends on the level of which you see yourself tolerating something. For example, when I'm talking about zero tolerance, that is a very difficult because most people answer those questions very wrong. They don't know exactly what tolerance is. They don't even see that tolerance is in everything you do. But when we're talking about zero tolerance, it's like I said, about somebody eating with an open mouth sounding. Right next to me, I will not tolerate that person longer.
So,
So I will stand up and walk away.
okay, that's good.
You
That's
understand? Or if I'm driving my car, for example, just normally some kind of bunch of miscreants or idiots just walked out from nowhere and probably, hit my side mirror broken. I will not be a gentleman and say, "Oh, it's an
Thank
idiot.
you for breaking
Oh,
my
I
mirror.
thank you. I tolerate you." That one, I will just stand up. I will just walk out of the. I will just come out of the car. I'm like, really?
Obviously, you'll be aggressive. Maybe depends.
That is the zero. That is where zero tolerance come. Like, I'm not going to take that shit from you.
Or when somebody just gets up and pour you a drink.
Some people can tolerate it. That aspect. You see how difficult it is. Some people can
But
tolerate
how
it.
will somebody just get up and pour somebody a drink and somebody will be sitting down there
It happens.
calm?
It happens. It happens. That one has been happening. Apart from the fact
That one, okay, I'm a tolerant person, but I think this is one of the most highest disrespect a person can ever do to me. I think if maybe even if we're having an argument,
What about for in some? Let's take one case, one scenario like this.
okay,
A scenario like this. I'm your boyfriend, for example. Okay. And I went out on a dinner with a business partner.
yeah,
Okay. Let me say lunch because dinner might be too bad. Let me say I went out on a business lunch with a partner, which probably I didn't have the opportunity to tell you before then. Okay? And some kind of bunch of Tatafo people.
what is
Gossiper.
that for? Okay, gossipers.
Gossipers somewhere saw me in this scenario and went to tell you that, oh, in that restaurant your husband is there with some kind of woman having a lunch and this that, and you now walked in there because there are some women who are also out of their mind. They don't cross check, and you now walk in there and blah 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 and start talking, and before everything you just pour me a drink, probably, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
As a gentleman, for example, some gentlemen will just be quiet in that case. That is tolerance. They
I know
tolerate
that's
that act.
tolerance, but I don't think that I can tolerate something like that. That's okay. That, like I said, this is what I won't tolerate. I cannot tolerate something like that.
Okay, what would you do? You will not pour the person drink back.
I will just get up and slap you.
Then the person will not pour you back. You will
I
not
think
start
that's
pouring each other drink.
no, but that's where they say, in some situations, people reflect or they act. Their reflexes are very different.
Yeah.
I can be somebody who might get up and I won't pour you, but I can get up and just take the whole bottle and throw you with the bottle.
Yeah.
It depends. But I think that's why sometimes it's always better that, we have to learn about life. We don't know anything about life.
But that's why tolerance
Exactly.
plays a lot of role. Because tolerance is not just tolerance. It's also the ability for you to endure.
Yeah. Oh, you have to endure too much, eh?
Not only endure, also accept. You
Yeah.
understand? So tolerance, that everybody hear this word tolerance, they don't know the power behind these things.
It's a very powerful word, really.
And it happens in every day of our life. You understand? You can, for example, you can be living in an apartment and upstairs there are some people walking like an elephant all the time. You'll be downstairs and you'll be hearing boom, 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 boom upstairs. And you'll be like, whatever. you're tolerating at that moment.
I wish my neighbors could also tolerate my music though. Because I'm one of these people who like playing very loud music.
You see,
But
yeah,
it's
for
like
example.
some of them, they're always having a problem. But I mean, they have to learn how to tolerate some things too. Because I mean, in this country, everything has time. So meaning that in that time, I'm allowed to play my music. They're supposed to tolerate this. I once poured my neighbor with water because he's not tolerant. I'm serious. It's not a joke. You know, he really pissed me off, nah? Like it was just too much.
Espresso, he pressured you. That's what
He
doesn't
put
have.
me on
That's what doesn't have. He has zero
Yeah,
tolerance
that one is
over you.
fine, my mumu. Seriously.
You have tolerated enough the disturbance.
It's too
You see
much.
that also sometimes tolerance has a full stop. It has a boundary.
I think everything has boundaries.
Everything has boundary. Too much of everything is bad. There's a way that
And too less of everything is bad.
to a certain extent you tolerate something that you cannot anymore. Just for example. But as far as you have tolerated, there's always a tolerance. It's just that maybe to a certain extent then you cannot anymore.
I mean, I can also talk about my previous job. Like, for example, I think I was too tolerant even with these people. I
Me
used to.
too. Me too.
No, seriously, I used to work for a company, and it's like we used to do home nursing.
I nearly beat
I nearly beat my own boss.
I nearly beat my supervisor. Hey.
But I know, but some people they really like to cross boundaries.
Like
you know,
mad.
I think in
Their name,
as people who work
their name should be cross branding.
exactly, we do tolerate too much. We tolerate everything in life, like really seriously, nah? But then, aish,
That is where I say that some people take your tolerance for stupidity. They think, oh, this person, oh, nothing, because sometimes you try to show that okay, this person is not getting under my skin,
yeah,
or like shake it off. But anything you tolerate is saving somewhere.
mm-hmm.
Human beings' body and brain and attitude is like a computer. There's always an automatic save
Yeah.
somewhere. Everything you tolerate from someone is counting somewhere. To the extent that when it gets filled up, it will start pouring out.
It will start leaking.
It will start leaking,
Somewhere
start
on the
pouring out.
side.
You understand? So
Yeah.
for me, I think we should also watch. And some of us we tolerate too much, and at the end it busts. Boom.
But I think it's always nice when you have too much tolerance like that. I think it's something very nice.
It's also dangerous because if you tolerate too much, people who tolerate a lot, when they get pissed off about that same thing, it's mostly catastrophic. It's mostly chaos.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You can be doing something to someone for a long time, but
But
day
one
the
day is
person,
one day.
exactly, it's going to come out like a bomb. You'll be like, really? Like you didn't see it coming. So
Yeah.
for me, I will give it out this way, that in as much as tolerance is good, but we shouldn't also tolerate too much to the extent that it can affect us to behave the way we would not supposed to behave. You understand? If you
Yeah.
would do something to me 5 times and I have to tolerate it 5 times, then that means it's 5 times weight
But
of
if
it.
you want to tolerate it 5 times, then you can at least tolerate it 5 times more. So what's the difference? I mean, you've been ignoring it every time. So why don't you see it this way, that the way you were tolerating it, this person does the same thing, nah? Maybe like 5 times. So after 5 times, why do you not believe that this person can stop?
When the person didn't stop after the 5th time, what makes you think that the person will stop in the 6th one?
Because if you're ignoring the person, just like they say, ignore an idiot, because an idiot will stop one day. He will realize his own foolishness.
That is why it's also wise sometimes, like I just said, if you've tolerated 5 times and you say, okay, give one more grace, the person does it 6 times, I will say it's better you approach that person at that point with that same thing.
Okay. Then acting.
To avoid you keep tolerating, and one day you might just commit suicide. And you now say, if I knew, I would have just
I would
discussed
have
this thing out.
stopped. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Out of annoyance, many people have out of annoyance did some bad thing that they are regretting. Because tolerance over tolerating something can cause you to explode in a way that you don't even calculated it.
Grenzen übersteigen.
You understand?
How do they even say?
And whatever comes out of it is as a result of anger. And you might do something bad that tomorrow you start regretting it. And you start asking yourself, why didn't you tackle that problem before it got
something,
too
before
much?
it went too far like this.
So for me, I would like, before it's too much, try to see it and, approach it before it gets too much. Because once it gets too much, who knows what can come out of it.
But then I believe that people who are in marriages, they actually do tolerate a lot of things, eh? I mean, because when you are married, for example, it's like you are having another half. Yeah. So meaning that you are supposed to actually tolerate your other half exactly the way they are. So people have patience, eh? And nice hearts. So meaning that you are supposed to actually tolerate your other half exactly the way they are.
Was that you?
Hi, Suma Walter. Thank you, darling. How are you? So what do you tolerate, or what can you not tolerate? Can you guys tell us what you guys can tolerate and what you guys can't tolerate? So let's hear your opinions, guys.
Who is calling?
Suma said you are on point. Oh, we are on point.
Which point? Point A or point B?
Suma, on which point are we? Point A, point B. Which one is point A? Which one is point B?
Zuma, are you among the people who can tolerate, or do you have tolerance grenze? If you're if from the scala of 1 to 10, what is your tolerance? Where is your tolerance line? This question, I'm just putting it out straight. So to the listeners, what is your scala of tolerance from 1 to 10?
Suma said, I think it's not cool when your partner tries to change you. But it's true. Because why would you why would you even be with somebody in the first place and then you want to change the person? Right. Because I believe that when you meet somebody and you start dating that person, it's because you like that person the way you found that person. So why would you change a person?
Okay.
Okay,
but let me ask this question. You know that when you get to know someone, probably, like we always say that life is everyday learning. Mm-hmm. You cannot learn a human being finish in one day. Mm-hmm. Every day you keep learning someone. One human being, you keep learning the person every day. But in the beginning, you didn't see some things that you're seeing now.
Like what?
Some obvious character. Like this. Like they say that in the beginning of every relationship is always sweet and good and honey.
But that one is not true. I have been in a few relationships before. Mm. I'm a person, for example, when you meet me, you know already I drink. Mm. Already you knowing that I drink alcohol. Mm. You are fine with it. I mean, where did you meet me in the first place?
I mean, drinking alcohol is not a bad thing.
No, but like most of my relationships, that was always the point. Like, yeah, you have to stop drinking. I'm like, you found me drinking. So, Suma, you are very right. People are not supposed to change because of another partner.
But it depends, It depends.
It depends on what?
It depends on the kind of change you're talking about.
But it's obvious. I mean, in a
obvious normal, what?
No, but I mean, if I love you and you love me, just an example, and I know, for example, that you hate this.
If you pull in your pants, then I will now tolerate you because I love you. So you said I shouldn't do anything to change that thing for you.
No, but it's obvious. I'll see it. I'll have to see this myself that you do not like it.
Some people don't see it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I agree with what Zuma is saying to a certain extent, but there are to some extent that some people don't even see it. For example, I've heard or somebody from a very good friend or something like this. She told me that her boyfriend doesn't keep clean. You understand?
Okay.
I mean, doesn't keep himself clean.
No, he's dirty.
But in the beginning, when they got to know themselves newly, he was always. Permit me to say the word pretending.
Yeah,
he was pretending to be, just to win her interest then. But as time goes on, she now starts to find out that she is the one that always remind, keep him clean, like go and take shower, all this, all that, and he doesn't even change his underwears. That's like it's supposed to be. So in this case, do you want to tell the woman to keep tolerating that and don't change it because he's like that?
No. I mean, I think that when you're in a relationship, there are things that a person has to see. Somebody is not supposed
But
to be
in this
telling
case,
you
she
most
didn't
of.
see this.
Yeah, good, fine.
That's
Because
what
you're
I'm
somebody
saying.
who's very stupid, then it's simple. So
How?
anyway,
How?
wait, let me first quickly read. Suma said that she's very tolerant and she's very respectful. And she will not tolerate when another human being tries changing her character of how she is. And for example, she said that she's funny or her funny behavior. She will not tolerate when somebody talks like bad about her loud voice.
Please, you can also call in via WhatsApp with this number you are seeing on the screen. You can also call and share your thoughts, please, with us. You can also call in. You can also text. In case you call in from Germany or you're in Germany, you call in, you can call direct. You can also catch us on WhatsApp. If you call in from outside Germany, just put the
0049
whatever 0049
0049 or
0049
plus 49.
plus 49. Then remove the 0. Just plus 49. Don't put the 0. Just put the rest number. Just call us. Share your thoughts on this because this is very, very vital to for other people to also learn. So, for me, like what I was saying, it's very, very it's important to tolerate, but tolerance also have
It has
its
it has a
laughs,
a limit to
it has
it.
also limits to it. So for me, it's not that all that you should tolerate. Like what Zuma just said, I know to a certain extent it's right. That is when you're talking about the fact that okay, maybe when you sleep you snore. That I cannot change. I can't change that on you.
Because that is human.
That is-
How
exactly,
do
that
you
is just
change
you.
somebody
But
who
there are
is
certain
snoring?
things that
But
you can-
then you can actually take the person to the doctor. But at least be nice about talking about it. Because there are some people, you already, for example, before you got married to this person, or when you just slept with this person 1 or 2 days, you knew that this person snores. And the person also tells you, like, yeah, I do snore. So it's already up to you to have already decided before, like, yeah, I'm accepting you the way you are snoring. You have to tolerate that. But then you don't have to be hitting somebody the whole day in the night or when the person is sleeping. Not like
Yeah, I will hit you. Because see, there's one thing. There's one thing I won't say yes, to a certain extent I can't tolerate it. If I'm sleeping with you next to you, and you are this one kind of person that snore with some gears, like you have gear 1, you have gear 2. I will be honest. It doesn't matter if you are one of Victoria's Secret's model. I don't care. I will tap you.
But you do not. Why? Okay, I mean, it depends on the way you are tapping a person. There are some people who will be tapping you, hitting you, as in like seriously.
I'm not going to pour you water.
No, but it also depends on how you are tapping the person. I mean, if you are tapping me normal, at least
Yeah,
just
sure.
so I can.
But I'm talking about on the level of tolerance. I don't have tolerance for that. Not that in a bad way. Not that I'm angry or I'll be mad at you. No, but it's just that I can't take it.
So now, what do you want to do about it? Okay,
I can
imagine now
just
I'm your
stand-
girlfriend and I do snore.
I can just stand up, probably wake the person up. But if let's assume that this person is like this, because there are some people who like, even though they are sitting on the chair, and just like this, they'll start
They
snoring.
start snoring.
There are people who are like that naturally, or maybe one disease or something is causing that. But I cannot stay with somebody like that. I'm sorry to say, but I'm sorry.
Okay, fine. Because this is
in a nice
this is,
way, but I
you
can't
won't
take it.
tolerate this because it's
Yeah.
obvious.
It's
You
a
don't
noise. It's
have
disturbing. It's
you-
irritating. Yeah, to some people.
you
Yes.
don't have to tolerate everything.
No.
Yeah. So Joyce said, you're right. You have to approach the person because there are people who can't think and stop what they are doing. And Suma said she snores every night. Suma said she even laughed. She said, I'm snoring every night.
Zuma, there is something you can also do there. I think for that, there are a lot of things you
There
can
are
buy.
medical
Some
things,
things
yeah.
to put in your nose or something to. What Joyce said. Can you read it again? Let me hear what Joyce said.
There you go.
Um, you're right. You have to approach the person because there are people who can't think and stop what they are doing. Absolutely. That's it. That was what I was saying in the case of that person who the boyfriend all of a sudden just want to be raz for whatever reason. But when she was like, uh, when he was toasting me, he was looking always like these Yankee boys, Yankee boys, with swag and all that. But aber kamsten wir ein Jahr zusammen.
Katastrophe. But they are.
Kaum, the word she used say kaum. Kaum sind wir ein Jahr zusammen. Und sie ist alles. You understand? These are the case that when you say, okay, this guy doesn't try. This guy is not trying at all. I mean, what is it? Keep your own self clean. It becomes your case. That's laziness. I mean, it's irritating but in that case, the woman can also do something. But that isn't the case where Zuma is saying, don't change the person. But that is not the change in that part.
No, but there are people really, they would just want to change you. They would want to change almost every little bit part of you.
Like what? Like what?
There are people, Kali, they would really want to change you, everything. Even the way maybe you eat, even the way you drink,
let me tell
even
you,
the way you do things.
But see, to a certain extent, let's call a spade a spade. To a certain extent, changing someone is not bad. Now let me tell you. No, it depends
on what type of changes that you want to do.
So let's not make it a case like changing someone is bad.
It's not bad to change somebody.
But
you are supposed to change somebody when that person is willing to change. I mean, you cannot come and change me when I'm not ready to change. It depends.
Okay, let's take for example, when I knew you, you barely dress nice.
That is something else.
Wait, I'm coming. Wait now. You want to tell me now that you are stubborn. You don't want to change because you're not willing to change. You are okay with your style. But you dress like an Oma while you are 24. You understand? That kind of change, for example, to me, when this kind of person, this woman goes outside and complain like, möchte mich verändern. Ich liebe es, wie ich anziehe. For example, I like the way I dress and all that. Ich liebe es, wie ich anziehe. Und wenn nicht zufrieden damit ist, soll wohin gehen. That is doom. That is dumb. That is why we always need each other because we are each other's sides. Mm-hmm. That which you cannot see. Somebody behind you can see farther than you.
Yeah.
So if I think that, this girl has more potential, if she dressed this way, which I think is best, she will have more, she will come out more. But maybe in that woman's doom height, she's this Entschlossen height person and thinks, I don't need anybody to change me. If you're not okay with my style, go. Then good and fine. Then the person can also go. No argument. It's okay. If the person doesn't want to change, you don't need to force the person.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I said. It depends on the changes that a person wants to bring on somebody. Some people will start dating you. Exactly. This is exactly what I was thinking. What somebody said. She said it depends on the changes. And then she said there's some people who say you're supposed to get thinner, you're supposed to get higher, you're supposed to get thicker lips. It depends on the changes. I mean, if somebody is changing you into something good, you must see that as something positive.
But some don't see it. Some don't see it.
Yeah.
That is something good because they always capitalize on that. They're always this.
Because that one has a shallow brain or a shallow mind. It's simple. But I mean, we were now talking about other types of changes. People, it's not everybody that will change you into good.
Now, Candy,
you understand?
Now, Candy, you are the one calling it a shallow mind because you know it. But in that person's mind, she thinks it's a not even shallow mountain mind. You understand? For in her own mind, she thinks it's not even a shallow. You are talking a shallow mind. For in her own sense, she's thinking it's a mountain mind.
No, I mean, I won't mind when somebody tells me. I mean, I won't mind when I'm dating somebody. And obviously, I see this person dresses good. This person is somebody who mostly always out with other people you understand. Yeah. I would understand if I have to wear these grandmother things at home. And if he asks me, what, today we are going to a special function. And at this special function, for example, people are not allowed to be wearing long dresses like this. At least wear something that suits the place.
Do you know one of the major problem of relationship disasters? It's the ability to accept change. that is where tolerance comes. Tolerance is also the ability to accept. Someone is telling you something to your face, the truth, which he or she knows that this thing I'm telling you is truth. But you, in your own stubborn and shallow mind, like you call it, you think the person thinks, he or she thinks like, who are you to come and tell me? I know more than you.
We should always think of how we communicate to another person. I mean,
Very
obviously,
important.
if you okay, somebody is calling.
Pick it up.
I'm picking up. Say hello, you.
Talk on. Let me
Hey, welcome to Okoni Radio. You're live on air. Who are
Hello,
we speaking
guys.
to?
Good evening. I'm speaking from Nuremberg.
Oh, welcome.
Right? Yeah, that is Joyce.
Thank you,
Joyce. Welcome
Joyce.
to our program today. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for calling in.
We finally get to hear your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Tell us what you.
I'm very happy that you are treating this topic today
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
because such topics have come like it's a private thing everybody is experiencing.
Okay.
But where are we going to talk about?
Okay.
Yeah, tolerance goes with peace.
Mhm.
It goes with peace and patience.
Yeah.
Yes.
It goes with peace and patience because before you can tolerate something for a long time, that means you are a person that you don't want problems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to live with people with patience and
And in peace.
happiness
Mm-hmm.
and in peace. And there are some people, as I wrote, they can't think fast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they are doing something, there are some people, they don't come back to their senses and know, oh, what I did to that person is
It's
wrong, so
wrong.
I should stop or change my mind.
Absolutely.
But they will continue do it and do it and do it until you approach it and say, hey, I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. So please. And there are some people, they won't stop.
Right.
So when it comes to that extent, that means there is so many ways of killing a cat.
Exactly.
Because if that person is continue doing it, you can't just look at it and say, okay, I have patience. Because the Bible tells us in everything we have to have patience, peace,
Absolutely.
love, and everything. So love covers all these things.
Right.
But there are some people, they don't think that love covers. That is why you have been quiet for a long time. But they will still misbehaving or do things the way they shouldn't do. So
Right.
I think when it comes to that point, the best way is to approach that person.
Yeah.
Or maybe you find somebody to talk to that person to stop. Because it's very painful that somebody is doing something wrong to you. And that person is doing it every day. We are all human with blood and water.
And the person refused to see
And to
that,
see, that
that
he's
that
doing
he's
something bad. But I mean,
exactly what you said.
people also know that. But what I don't understand about human beings is that you know exactly what that thing that you are doing is bad and it's wrong. But the person still continues doing the same thing over and over again. I don't understand, like, why is it that we human beings are actually like this?
Exactly.
Seriously, but you are
Yeah,
very right that
you
the
know,
person's
there are
supposed to
some
be.
people, that is what German used to say, it's me a girl, size a girl. There
Yeah.
are some people like that. It's me a girl, and no matter what it goes, I don't care.
But these are the
You know-
same people. Like, one thing I've learned is that the same people who always tell people like it's me a girl are the same people who are always crying at night.
Yeah.
I'm telling you
They
the
will
truth.
cry because
These are people who
whatever goes
pretend
around
as if
comes back. Yeah,
Okay.
whatever goes around comes back.
Okay.
Because as you are treating somebody like that, you are always going to pay. Because how can you go to Lidl or Norma and take something and go out? Definitely you have to pay.
Okay. See, let me ask you this question. Zuma wrote this comment. He said, "Bring out the best out of someone versus trying to change the natural human being." I mean, let me just digress this comment Zuma just made. Bringing out the best in someone. Okay, the person. Let me just say the person is this kind of person, but in your own mind, in your own happiness and loving mind, you want to bring the best out of this person. It's as the same thing as also changing the person, right?
Yeah.
So how do those two things contradict each other? It's the same thing, right?
You know, I understand Zuma because Zuma was born here, grown up here,
Uh-huh.
you know. And
Okay.
these people have in mind that if somebody has a character,
Mm-hmm.
always try to talk to that person and say, oh, du hast gut gemacht, nicht so machen, yeah, das ist schon, until a certain stage that you can use that thing that that person is doing. And we, the Africans, where we were born, we don't do it like that.
Mhm.
Stop. Don't do it again, whether you like it or not. Stop.
Because we did
But
not have
then
freedom of
they bring
speech.
them up in a different way. That's why I understand Zuma. They bring them in a different way that no matter what that person is, no matter how or he or she is, you can't change him. I have children here. There are certain things that they don't want to understand because I grew up somewhere.
Okay.
They don't want
Okay.
to
But
understand.
but
But I have to use a different thing altogether as these people do their things here in Germany.
okay.
Oh, du hast gut gemacht, aber warum machst du nicht das mal so? You know.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
we don't do it.
So that means it also matters on the approach
Yeah.
you use.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
This how you
But
talk
it's
to
not
somebody, how you
approach to them.
approach somebody is very, very
Because,
important.
let me come in here. Before, when my children does something, when I come work from home, I will be very annoyed. And so they are doing it more. So I came to my mind, these people, what are they doing? Because we didn't get it like this in Africa. Stop, and you are still doing it.
Okay.
So, and then later, my husband told me, Joyce, you know, appreciate them, a girl, what they are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then start, oh, you know, you have done well. What you did was very nice. But do you know something? Next time, don't do it. Next time, don't do it this way.
Mhm.
But when you do it this way, I think it will more better than that one. But when you say you want, when you do your thing for that person to know that you want to change that one, then you will never succeed.
This is a
Alright,
mother's
alright.
tolerance. This is
Yes,
how you
yes.
tolerate as
Okay.
a mother.
Now, okay,
Yeah.
now, okay,
Yeah.
now we've heard that part. Now, I want to for one last this last one, please, just bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to, from your own opinion, treat this comment from Zuma saying she's digressing into a relationship aspect. She said on a relationship
Yeah.
on a relationship basis, she don't want to be forced, to play a role just to fit in the relationship. Can you just what do you understand in that context for us?
You know, with a relationship, listen, you know, you come have somebody as a girlfriend or boyfriend and married to change somebody. You don't marry to change. That's why
Exactly.
you have to accept that.
Okay,
You can't change someone.
but what happens when? Now let me just tell you this. I still use the same example when it comes to fashion, taste,
Yeah.
style, lifestyle. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning,
Yeah.
in this today's world generation, we understand that I as a man might be more inclined in fashion aspect than maybe the woman I'm going to marry, or the
Yeah.
woman I'm going to marry might be more fashion inclined, know more good about taste, about and we married, and she found out that, oh, my husband, I don't like the way you're dressing. You make you look too old for me. It's something nice, right?
Yeah.
That somebody's talking
Yeah.
to you, telling you, something good. But in that case, Zuma is saying that she don't want to play a role. When you're trying to change someone for something good, I don't think it's a bad thing.
No, but then you're supposed to take it like this.
You
If the
know,
person
it-
doesn't
it-
want to
it-
change,
it-
the person doesn't
But
want.
in case, if you don't, then
Yeah.
why are you marrying
know.
the person who doesn't take advice or accept change?
Exactly. In the first place,
Look,
why would you marry that person already? So let's wait for Joy's answer.
Okay.
So yeah.
Look, do you know something? I have an experience, so I can talk through my experience.
Yeah.
You know, before I saw my husband dressed in a different way. So it's not. It's very difficult to say no. I don't want this kind of. When you wear this, you look like maybe an old man or whatever it is. But it comes to a time when I went out and buy things. I buy from myself. Hey, do you know something? When you wear these things, it seems I've been in heaven. You look very nice. Are you sure? He said, yes, when you wear these things, I like it. So why don't you wear it for me? It's patience
You
and
see
love
the
and
way
all
that
this,
she's
because it's
saying
not
it.
easy.
You
I've grown up in my home. You have grown your home, you started in your childhood, and maybe your parents dressed you in a way that when you grew up, you were
That's how you dress.
taking it up, So how are you going to change that person all of a sudden that you don't like it? But it's what do you call it? It's a long thing that you say, okay, do you know something, my dear? My husband used to say, do you know, sex dress, when you wear, it seems though you are a mother, you are old enough, but it seems you are so old when we are going. I say, are you sure? Say, do you know, when you wear this one, even somebody commented last say, oh, the way I saw your wife, it was very nice. Oh. Then comes your mind, okay, so that one is very nice. Maybe it's not like that, but that person can never change you. So that person is trying so that he can pass through some things with love and everything, patience, and bring you to where that he or she wants you to be.
Right.
Yeah.
That is how it is. But when you say, Zuma, don't wear this. When you wear this, why should you wear this? I don't like it the way that. But nobody will accept that.
Exactly.
That person will tell you, my friend, you can't change me. That is who I am before you saw me, and you decide to live with me.
Exactly.
So
And you decided to date me already while you were seeing I was dressing like this.
Wait, but wait.
For example,
But wait, in as much as that,
yeah, Candy.
Joy,
Candy, do you know something? When you go in a relationship dating somebody, it's not everything you have to talk about. It's not everything that, even if you will talk about her, take your time, study that person, and then know, oh, what does this man does, maybe I don't like it. Okay, let me find in a different way. Oh, my dear, I love you so much. Do you know something? That is why we have decided to marry. My acceptance, maybe, can we try it in another way and do it this way? Maybe it will help. But don't try to say that person, the thing that person is doing is okay, maybe it will help.
Exactly.
But try to come in yourself.
All right, Madam Joyce.
And
Madam Joyce, sorry, I want to cut you short here. I just want to remind you something, which you know. Right? All right, everybody is not the same. You understand? Everybody's not the same.
Yeah,
we approach things differently too. The way it might work for you might not work for another person.
No, but
So,
I mean,
but
but when it comes to a dressing style or changing of dressing style, I don't think anybody will accept when some. No, I'm just saying.
It's not only by dressing.
But you come in a polite way.
Exactly, you have to know how to approach. Even sometimes you don't even have to approach the person. You can just buy what you think is nice for this person. You give the person. Once the person dresses it, you just shout, "Oh, hallelujah! You look so nice, beautiful." And slowly. You don't even have sometimes to use words to talk to a person.
Okay, what about in the case? What about now? We're talking about this ones. We're talking about the artificial things. Okay, let's come about the physical things. For example, there are some women who are, their men are trying, would wish that, oh, my woman. Sorry to use that. I know. Without fear of favor, this is air. We're talking it as it is because this is matters arising.
Yeah.
Now, if a woman who has added too much overweight, and the husband say, okay, I want to support you to reduce your weight. You understand? Do this, but maybe she feel too lazy and like, oh, I don't want to do this. What kind of measures do you think that someone can do? Because it can be a man who has added overweight, too much fat. And the wife wants him to, oh, honey, go and do something, or try to slim down, or do some exercise, or this. Or maybe the man say, oh, honey, do this. So it can be both ways. I'm not talking about the woman or man alone, both ways. What kind of advice, how do you think one of them should approach each other in terms of, because I know not many women who are fat will like people to tell them, oh, because you are fat, start doing exercise. She'll be like, oh, because I'm fat now, you don't love me, or you want to look for somebody else, or wenn ich dir nicht mehr so gut gefalle, geh doch woanders und jemand anders suchen. There are women who can react like this in a way just to, put themselves in that security, availing, yeah.
That is why I said it. That is how you approach the person. There are some people, they are not husbands and wives, and there are some people they are not easy to talk to.
Exactly.
That's why they are your wife or they are your husband.
That's why I was telling you, it depends on different people.
The advice is you just wake up one day and say, oh, maybe my husband or my wife, I think now I've eaten maybe, everybody know how his or her wife is.
Mm-hmm.
So you wake up one day, oh my dear, it seems I'm getting fat. Can you please assist me every morning or when we have time in the evening, maybe to walk maybe 10, 15 minutes and come back?
But
You don't
that's
talk
not.
about that person's
But that's now if she sees that problem too, then she can ask for help.
Or just stop giving the person food.
Yeah.
How do you
And
how
then
do you stop giving
no,
some?
no, no, no. No. You just don't assist me. And sometimes you can use in a way, you know this dress. When you wear it, it's very nice, but it seems your stomach is becoming big. So what can we do? Okay, let's make it like this. Every day, maybe we will take our breakfast. After that, take 5 hours, we will eat from 7 going. We will do it together.
No food.
Some women and men are like children. You have to handle them
Like a
like children.
baby.
Other than that, you can't make it.
You heard men are like children. You heard this one.
Say man, no, I'm a man.
Oh,
I'm not a
I
man.
didn't say any men. Some women too.
Okay, anyways, Joyce, I have one last question for you because we have another caller who has been trying to call. So, what can you not tolerate? What is that one thing that you just can't tolerate at all?
Up to now, I don't have it because I've studied the Bible and know that everything is patient. We have to accept all people the way they are. But when something is going on wrong, I have to take my time, have patience, and then approach. Even if it's my husband, my children, I have to have time and approach.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, no problem.
I don't know. Maybe I will become annoyed because I'm a woman. I will be annoyed, but that thing should take me far from what I should have patience and do.
All right, Sister Joyce, thank you so much for your contribution.
Yeah,
I
you are welcome.
believe our listeners have learned one or two things from you.
Exactly. Thank you so much. That was
Remain blessed.
You are
This is
welcome.
awesome. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
bye.
Remain blessed. Thank you.
so. Have a nice day. So now I have to call back one person. This person was trying to call us. So let's see. Oh, she's even an artist. Hello, caller.
Oh, good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Candy and Ali.
Hey,
Good afternoon.
good afternoon. Please, what's your name and where you calling from, sir?
Please, this is Kwame Apo Aziz calling from Nuremberg.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, sir.
So
You're welcome. Nice program. I've been watching you and hearing your analysis.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
very much.
for me, I think you made a point that a man should or a person should know his or a partner, because if you first of all, I don't think there's an endless journey to knowing a person. It's not possible to know somebody complete. And even if you know the person complete, human beings evolve. With time, we change. You understand?
True.
For instance, maybe we married all the way in Ghana, then we came to Germany. With the system in Germany, there can be changes in our character, maybe as the man or the woman, because now we begin to associate with different environments or
Meaning we
different
have to
workplace.
adjust.
We have to adjust.
Yeah.
But one thing you should know before going to marriage, or what I believe is this: there are some parts you know of your partner, but there are some parts you just have to tolerate, because that's where love come in. When you love, you tolerate some things. But if you're not ready to tolerate that person
You are not
on
ready
some
for
maybe
marriage.
bad character, don't go to marriage. Don't even enter into marriage. That's my plan. That's my decision.
That's the point.
Or
Exactly.
that's my point. Yeah, don't go, because when immediately you enter, then you enter to lose.
Because you have to tolerate things that you do not want to tolerate.
You don't want to tolerate on a normal note,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And there are some little things you could tolerate, but when it's much, you have to compare. You have to compare. Okay, this character I can tolerate all my life, but this character I just can't.
Okay, but we all know. Let me see. I still put this very, very clear. Sorry to cut you short, caller. I still put this very, very clear. Human being is not school. human being is
Okay.
human being is a course on its own, and you can
Okay.
never study a human being finish.
It's just like we
Yeah.
never finish learning. We learn every
Exactly.
day.
So that's it, people are saying before you marry you should know. There is you can never know everything about a human being
Yeah.
finish before you marry.
That
That's what
that
So
that
wait,
one
listen,
is
that's what I'm
true.
saying.
I'm just what I'm trying to say is that even in the course of in your union in the union after marriage in the union, there are still certain things that you will still be finding out which you never saw coming before.
Mm,
And
true.
by that time it's too late to back out or
Yeah.
something. It's either you can take it, that is tolerate it, or you cannot tolerate it. Then it
Okay.
becomes a problem. Because today some people are still in a relationship not because they love everything or they tolerate everything that is happening there, but it's just because they have tried to weigh it with some other people outside too. Okay, he snores, but at least he's not a cheater.
It's always
Okay,
you have to settle for something
exactly.
because nobody is perfect.
Okay, he snores, it's irritating. Yes, it's irritating, but at least if he's not cheating on me, I can manage it. Do you understand that? Some people compromise, then it's not tolerance anymore. It's just a
That's what I'm
Compromise,
compromise.
saying.
but I
No, no,
mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying. That's
I
what
just want to get it clear.
but before you
before you
even
go
get
in.
to that extent of getting married to somebody, I think that you get married to somebody because you have at least, or you at least know half of this person. You at least know what you are
Do
getting
people do
into.
you know do any woman or any man know first that this person is a cheater before you marry the person?
I mean,
Let me
some
Who
of
let me
knows
them,
let,
that?
let me
some
let
of,
me have my let me have my say, please. Let me
Okay.
okay.
have my say. Because
Yeah, yeah, go on.
I have a night shift, so I need to sleep like an hour before
I
or
Okay.
two
see.
before I.
I see. All right. So go ahead.
This is my thing, right? This is my thing. You check the pros and cons. Like you check what makes you happy, and you check what makes you sad, or what makes you like the person more, or what makes you dislike the person. When the balance is positive, you go in. When the balance is not, you back out. The reason is this: you all have to tolerate each other, but you have to realize that there is a demon in every human being.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If the demon does not outweigh the angel, good. But if the demon outweighs the angel, then there's a problem. You
And
look at it.
obviously, you won't marry that person because the devil is more than the angel side.
Yes, that's what I'm looking at. That's what you should look at. What I mean by the demon is if what you see you don't appreciate what you see more, then you back out. It's your
So
choice. But if you appreciate, uh,
I want to ask you a question. So would you theoretically say that, let me say 40% of many chaotic marriage today or relationship today has been as a result of zero tolerance or cannot compart anymore? In that
you see
case,
the issue with relationship is if nobody can generalize the issue with relationship, everybody's problem or everybody's marriage has a unique problem and solution.
okay.
The reason is this: everybody has the reason why they get into marriage, and everybody has the reason they divorce. For instance, for me, what I hate, what I can't tolerate, even not in only marriage, in general life, is when somebody always try to play mind games with
Hmm.
me. It's better you steal my money and go than be playing mind games with me.
Yeah.
Like for instance, mind games comes as a result of disrespect. When that person doesn't respect your intellect or doesn't respect your realm of how you think, or that person looks down on you. You understand? The person is not straightforward with you or sincere with you. That kind of person, me, I can't be with other person. I can't even be around that person.
Hmm.
That's for me. But there is somebody who also doesn't have problem with that, but will always go like, oh, once the person doesn't cheat, I'm okay. Everybody has his unique and there's somebody who also can't tolerate somebody who is not like on time. Like whenever they want to go someplace, the person
You're
just
always
can't
late.
prepare on time. They're always late. Like everybody has its unique, but you can't generalize it.
Yeah.
You see? So what you like is what you go for. Otherwise, we all be chasing the same wives and girlfriends. Everybody has their uniqueness or their differences in selecting who they want.
So in a total, in a nutshell, what is your advice to this in regards to tolerance in all ramification of life?
For me, my advice is tolerate if it doesn't cause your life or your state of mind or your state of peace.
Nice.
But if
And
it
true.
tolerates and it cause if it could tolerate and it still disturb your mindset, or because let me tell you something, our mental health is one of the most important thing in life.
Yeah.
If you tolerate and the tolerance will disturb your mindset, please bye bye, go.
I think mental health is the most important thing. Because if you are
Oh,
not
the most
mental,
number one.
yeah, it should be number one. Because if it's not number
Yeah,
one, there is nothing that you can do if you are mentally not stable. You don't think
of
straight.
course.
You don't do anything. You are not able to work. You're not even able to be in a relationship. You
And
can't
in
do
this and in
anything.
this and in this part of the world, work take a lot of our energy. So if you lose that good, peaceful mental state, you are out.
Yeah.
That is why most of our people here, not to disregard anybody, most of our people, including myself, sometimes have skirmishes in our thinking
Yeah.
because we are really disturbed when it comes to relationship. Here, it is a danger zone for relationship. I'm not saying we shouldn't have relationship, but it's crazy. It's my 7 years experience in Germany. Relationship here is crazy. Like I don't know how to even describe it.
Because people don't compromise. That's one thing I've also seen. You know, people don't respect each other in relationships. They don't compromise. They don't communicate, and they are not honest.
Because the society has a way of making it look like everybody is in the rat race.
Yeah.
That's what I see. Arbeit, 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 Arbeit. Everything is Arbeit. So our compromise is not even on us. Listen, I'm serious.
But
Our
it's true.
compromise
You're
is not
right.
on us. It's
Yeah,
not on us. Like
we just, I think we just only tolerating the fact that we need to survive. That is why we are working.
that's it.
Because
That's it.
otherwise,
Kali,
we will not
Kali,
tolerate. Yeah,
Kali,
yeah.
you should have that point that or that day or that moment that you look in your wife and just appreciate her.
Absolutely.
Just have a good mindset or state of mind, relax and just appreciate her that day and make her feel like your queen. But this is the case. You are tired from work. You are listen. It's not you. Like it's not your wish. But this is something partners don't even understand themselves. Me, I've had a whole like 2 years telling the whole system and myself and like I'm just telling the whole thing. The whole energy is drained from us from work. Even
Yeah,
not from work, you find some loose person in one office
yeah.
always trying to write
Absolutely.
you, excuse my language, useless letters, trying to
Absolutely.
frustrate you.
Absolutely. That was the same thing I and Candy was saying. I didn't know it happened to Candy too because I was also saying that there was a time that I nearly lose caught it and I nearly beat up my supervisor, because I couldn't. There was a time I
Yeah,
couldn't tolerate it to such an extent anymore. But thank God that I found peace somehow to curtail myself and it's
it's,
actually not easy. It happens in everywhere in life because
every 3 months, I'll advise everybody because let me tell you something. That's the foundation of good relationship. Take a mental therapy. Have a therapist you talk to, or you make sure you are in the right state of mind. Because if you don't get that, that's one thing we blacks underrate. Mind therapists or mental therapists, if I should call them. I don't know how
Not
many
even not even that. Okay, not us blacks, but most of us, the black people, we don't take breaks from many things. You know, they say sometimes it's always good to go lodge in a hotel just to refresh
yeah,
your memory.
just have a good relaxation because
Yeah,
you need a state of mind. You
yeah.
understand? Work will just kill you and kill your entire family before you realize you've lost it
Now
because
imagine.
your mind is.
Now just imagine you are going to work. You have this whole stressful day, and you go home to a wife who is very loud like work. How do you people survive?
anyway.
Nobody it's not going to even work because let me tell you something. Even as a man, and Kelly, you bet this with me. As a man, even when you go to bed, and you are not mentally stable, your strength as a man diminishes or it even drains down.
Sure,
So
sure, sure, sure.
that is where the problem begins to start for most couples.
You're speaking
Because your
truth.
energy is going out, your mental is out, so you have nothing to tolerate. When that point reaches, even what you used to tolerate back, you not tolerate it because you are out now.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You're so
You
correct.
understand?
You're so correct.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
I
think
have one last question for you.
your question not the finish. Oh.
One.
Your question not the finish. Go
So,
ahead.
what is it that you cannot tolerate? Since now we are talking about the power of tolerance, so
He
I
said
want
it
we want to
already.
know.
He said something he cannot tolerate.
No, but he said disrespect. Like I want to know now, what is his
Kindness.
main one that you don't tolerate? Like, what is the most thing that you don't tolerate?
One thing I don't tolerate is insincerity.
Okay.
Somebody who
Okay.
yeah, I can't tolerate that
Okay.
person.
Okay.
That
Trust me.
you have a zero tolerance on that aspect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just Even
Well,
if
I think
you say
you brought a lot to the table today for us and for all of
For
our
some of our
fans.
topics too, though.
What?
For some of our topics too, what he said and what Joyce also
Yeah,
said.
what
Yeah.
we've jotted two things for further discussion. We got some we wrote down some points from what you said now, and also from what Joyce said too. And we're going to work on that, and we're going to talk on that for further times too. But
okay,
on behalf of Okoro radio station, so we say thank you for your contribution, and
welcome.
Thank you
you
very
really did
much.
immensely well.
And
Thank you so
you
much.
have a good rest before you go to work, yeah?
Yeah, go give it to
Okay,
them. Go give
thank
it
you
to
very
them.
much. Have a nice day.
Thank you for
Thank you.
calling.
You
Yeah,
too. Have a
thank you.
great shift later.
You too.
All right. Ciao, ciao.
Oof.
So, now this was interesting.
Zuma said heavy stuff.
Heavy
And,
stuff is what?
like the topic, like it's a heavy stuff, you know. And what did she say again? Say she like it. It's about understanding. Of course, tolerance brings a lot of things, and at the end of the day, manner of approach, still matters a lot.
Yeah.
You know, in as much as you can tolerate, still boils down to what approach, how you approach. Even in everything we do, there should be a specific way we approach specific things. You know, when things come the way they come, you approach them the way it should be approached. Just everybody have contributed immensely, very, very, very commendable, and I am so happy that we have a lot of people with integrity to help. You know, throw one or two advices to our people out there, because many of us we know these things, but we don't talk about them.
We don't.
And we
Just
don't
like
even
Joyce really said.
yeah, and
these
we
are
don't even
things
have
don't
people
talk about.
and we don't even have people to talk all those things with, because who do you want to carry your own family problem to?
Nobody.
Because the person you are also bringing your own problem to have his own problem.
But we're supposed to learn how to deal with each other's problems, by the ways. But we are too
You can
selfish
only
not to
we can
help
only
other
do
people.
it. That is why we're here.
Yeah.
We can only do it right here. So, bring all the problems. Let's talk about them right here, because already on this topic now, we've gotten 2 good points what our callers have given us today and have contributed to the table today. Because I'm sure and I know that somewhere someone out there is benefiting free of charge for this. But that is our goal. That is our goal. If you're happy, we are also happy. You know, together we can only make it work. So I understand that a lot of people have various problems, and you know, just like for example, the last caller now that called, who is about to go for a night shift. Then you are somewhere, you have a problem, you want to come and tell him, oh, come and help me with this. Come and you're like,
Yeah.
look, I've not even slept. I need to go for a night shift now. You understand? So everybody has their own their own push buttons and all that. So
Yeah.
it's really difficult. But the only thing we can do is just what we're doing right here.
Exactly.
Talk
We should
about it,
learn to talk
share
about things.
informations.
Let's share information. Let's learn to be honest. Let's learn to we
open.
learn. We
Yeah,
learn
we're learning,
every
yeah,
day like
we're
this.
learning,
Yeah.
because nobody knows it all. So that is why we are here to discuss some issues that you cannot discuss or handle alone.
And that is why
Bring it
you
out
guys are here to help us.
to help us also spread the
Also,
message.
we don't know everything, so that's why you
Exactly.
guys are there to also share your thoughts with us. We appreciate it very much.
It's a wonderful episode of Matters Arising today. Even you guys made it so like we can go on and on and on.
Yeah, no?
We're
Past the time.
we're even 15 minutes later than scheduled. In as much as we
Not even 15, 25
have
minutes.
you forgotten that?
See,
we used
no,
10
that one,
minutes
it
before?
was your own problem. How
You
do-
were
how do
enjoying
you-
the talk.
how
I
do
forgot
you-
that you're not online. You see, you were
How
enjoying
do
it.
you embarrass us like this?
You see now,
Embarrassment.
you are putting it on my head now. Of
No,
course, you
it's
see.
true. No,
I
I'm
will-
not the one who's sitting down there.
I will tolerate it.
Exactly.
No problem. I will take it. It's fine. Put the blame on me. I'll tolerate it. No problem. You see, I just tolerated one now. So you guys can also do better out there. Tolerate too. But if you know you cannot tolerate more than you can tolerate, please approach. But when you approach, be mindful of the way you approach. Okay? Always go with the easy method of approach. Please. That is the only way we can compromise, solve common problems. What we're going to be drawing the curtain of on today's program today. For us, we could talk the whole day. We could keep going and going, but we understand that most people have still stuff to do and
Yeah.
need this message to sink in and be abided. Yeah.
Don't forget to share,
So
press
please keep sharing.
share,
Keep
and
sharing
like, and love
listen
buttons.
again. Please keep sharing because you're going to help someone somewhere. I'm telling you, someone somewhere needs to hear these messages. Please, so keep sharing, keep liking, subscribe to Okodie. Your comments, pour them out there, and we're going to get something from there too.
Exactly.
So, on behalf of Okodie radio station, on behalf of my humble self, Carlo Easy,
Humble self. You like yourself, eh?
on behalf of my stubborn self, since you don't want me to be humble, let me be stubborn. I'm not stubborn. Okay, on behalf of my personality. Yeah, I'll stop it
You are
again.
sick, eh?
With you, it's not, with you, we're not elder serious. I don't know what. With
No,
you,
but we are serious. Oh, because I'm asking.
that is why we forget to go online because of you. 15
see?
minutes, we are just talking.
Today I will tolerate this one. You really accused me now.
Copy.
You were supposed to beg. You were even supposed to be apologizing. And you said,
After you have tolerated it, I should apologize again.
Yes.
Hey, see your tolerance.
because now I have to tell in a nice way. I do not like
Your
that.
tolerance have swag.
So, anyways, thank you all for joining us today, and yeah, we'll definitely see you next week. Yeah.
Are you sure? This one is run away. Oh. She will run out. Before you see her, that is like 1 month. Oh. Even
No,
that she's
I'll be
smiling like
here
this.
next week, and I think next week, what are we having? Something very, very juicy. So yeah.
She's promising you something juicy. Don't go and stay there now. I think something juicy is coming. You'll see something bony or something strong.
So yeah.
No, I
So-
believe Kenny. When she says something juicy, it's something packaged.
Like me, or
Alright.
jealousy.
Adios. Thank you.
Ciao,
Have
ciao.
a good and wonderful weekend ahead and stay
Exactly.
blessed. Thank you.
Adios.
Me the contour. Come here, come get in this photo. Yeah, my heart is bigger than the ocean. Baby, let me be your command. And if you give me your lotion, I'm available, girl. When you come for the area,